Stop everything. What just happened inside the House of Commons has no precedent in 300 years of British democracy. A sitting Prime Minister has been physically escorted out of Parliament by security guards after an unrestrained meltdown that millions watched live on television. One single outburst, one unprecedented ruling, and suddenly the entire future of Britain's political system is on the line. Thursday, 2:30 p.m., House of Commons. Prime Minister Keir Starmer sits on the government benches for a routine Prime Minister's questions. The chamber is full, cameras live, the nation watching. Nigel Farage rises and delivers a brutal attack. 45,000 illegal crossings this year, deportation flights cancelled, hotels costing taxpayers £8.2 billion, and leaked documents showing secret talks about rejoining European Union migration schemes. Starmer's face tightens. Instead of debate, he erupts, screaming, pointing, losing all composure. Speaker Sir Lindsay Hoy invokes Standing Order 43, a rarely remembered parliamentary rule. The ruling is absolute. The Prime Minister must leave immediately. Security enters. Before the whole world, Britain's leader is marched out, his authority vanishing step by step. Social media explodes, polling collapses, Reform UK surges, and Labour's crisis deepens. Within days, the Supreme Court is dragged into uncharted waters. Can Parliament truly expel the head of government from its chamber? The entire balance of British democracy now hangs on one reckless rage.
Jane, I still cannot quite believe the images. A sitting Prime Minister escorted by guards like a disruptive backbencher. It feels surreal.
Surreal does not even begin to describe it, John. It is nothing less than a constitutional earthquake. Starmer did not just lose his temper, he lost the very essence of authority. You could see it drain from him as he shuffled towards the exit.
What shocked me most was not the eruption itself. Politicians lose their cool. But the Speaker invoking Standing Order 43. That has never been tested on a Prime Minister. Some called it theatrics, but in truth, it has opened a legal abyss.
Precisely. The Supreme Court is now being asked to determine whether parliamentary authority outweighs executive power. Think about that. If the ruling favors the Speaker, Parliament will stand as clearly supreme over the head of government. If it favors Starmer, then we ask, how does a humiliated Prime Minister return to lead after being dragged out of his own chamber? Either way, history is being rewritten.
And in the meantime, the political damage is catastrophic. Within 24 hours, Snap polls showed Labour sinking 20 points. Reform UK, powered by Farage's calm response, saw membership and donations explode. By week's end, they were virtually neck and neck with Labour for second place.
Exactly, John. It was political judo. Farage barely raised his voice. His attack was forensic, cold, calm. Against it, Starmer's eruption looked like emotional collapse. The contrast was devastating. One man in control, one completely out of control.
The reverberations abroad have been equally extraordinary. Paris questioned Britain's stability, Berlin urged steady leadership, even Washington led with the footage. And Commonwealth leaders? Silent pauses that spoke louder than words.
Yes, and silence inside Britain, too. Starmer said nothing for 72 hours. That vacuum let his opponents set the narrative. Reform UK flooded social media with merciless contrasts. Farage composed, Starmer raging. The videos racked up tens of millions of views. Silence, in politics, is rarely golden. In this case, it was fatal.
Labour now faces open rebellion, grassroots fury, MPs submitting letters of no confidence, and cabinet ministers tied in knots trying to defend the indefensible. How can any government recover when its own voters brand the leader unstable, unhinged, and embarrassing?
And the cultural impact cannot be ignored. Memes, comedy sketches, even new slang, thrown out of Parliament, now means disgrace. When political collapse becomes cultural punchline, recovery is nearly impossible.
Yet, Jane, the most extraordinary detail for me is how this single meltdown could redraw the political map. Regional polling shows Reform UK competitive in Labour's northern heartlands, even leading in some constituencies. That is staggering.
It is indeed. For decades, those seats were untouchable. Now they appear vulnerable. If reform cracks the red wall where Labour has reigned for generations, British politics is transformed.
Some say this could even mark the birth of a permanent realignment. Voters already disillusioned with institutions now see Starmer collapse under pressure. Confidence in politics has fallen to its lowest recorded level. That anger will not vanish.
Meanwhile, the markets grow jittery, allies grow wary, and at home, the Labour Party devours itself. And remember, all of this triggered by one uncontrolled outburst. 10 seconds of rage that may echo for decades.
Now the future rests with the Supreme Court. Do they affirm Parliament supremacy? Do they protect executive independence? No matter the verdict, the consequences will reverberate through every institution of British rule.
And let us not forget, John, the man waiting quietly in the wings, Nigel Farage. Once dismissed as a protest politician, he is now within striking distance of becoming Prime Minister. To say that out loud even 1 year ago would have sounded absurd. Today, it feels possible.
Indeed, Jane. The crumbling of one leader may be the coronation of another. From the combustible to the calculated, Britain stands at a crossroads of history.
One man's rage has ignited a crisis that may permanently reshape British democracy. For the first time in modern history, the United Kingdom must ask, who truly governs? Parliament, government, or the people? Now we ask you, viewers of Alert View, what do you think? Should a Prime Minister who loses control in Parliament be removed instantly? Or was the Speaker's action an overreach that undermined democracy itself? Tell us in the comments below. And if you want to stay ahead of the political earthquake shaking Britain, make sure you subscribe to Alert View and hit the bell so you never miss an update.